Anything that we are told about spirituality makes the masses want to run away. And it's due because religion makes people believe that our creator is judgmental. And who wants to believe in something that makes us feel judged? But there's a difference between the two, spirituality and religion. And if you haven't watched my recent video on the difference between the two, I highly suggest go watch that before watching this video. Because in this video, we're going to dive into understanding real spirituality versus fake spirituality. And the reason why I feel this has to be addressed and be known is because even though a majority of the new era is waking up to wanting to dive into esoteric ways of spirituality than religion, a lot of people are walking into spirituality with their ego still directing them. And this creates inauthenticity, which majority of us are witnessing in the spiritual community, of people abusing their power, of people not having pure intentions, and people are not really being their authentic self. And I feel that a lot of people are not understanding the purpose of what spirituality is all about. So today's video, we're going to get into the nooks and crannies and diving into the layers of what real spirituality looks like and what fake spirituality looks like. And so you can be able to gain the discernment of what teachings you can learn from, but also be willing to understand your power and what you want to believe. Welcome back, Awaken Ones, on another episode on Embracing Ascension series with your homegirl, Brittany Fontanez. If you're new to this channel, welcome. Only love to you. On this channel, I speak about spiritual development, emotional awareness, and I do guided readings for your zodiac sign. And I talk about things I feel need to be talked about because they're divine right to know more than what we have been told. And if you guys haven't checked out my new merch, go check that out. I'm so excited to share that with you. The link will be in the description box below. Just go to the Linktree link, and then you'll be directed to my website, my merch, bookings, all that good stuff. So other than that, boo-boos, you enjoy my energy, and if you enjoy the type of content I put out there to help you on your spiritual journey, don't forget to hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button, and always remember to hit that notification button so you won't miss out on any videos. And make sure you hit the all so you can be notified by each video that I do post. So other than that, beautiful beings, let's get into this one, because this one has been one where I have flip-flopped, and I could be blunt. And that's the thing a lot of people don't understand about spirituality, is that spirituality has nothing to do with the ways of religion. And what I mean by this is like perfectionism. Even in people who do get into the spirituality, they come in with the state of perfectionism. And there's a lot of people that still judge other people by the level of their journey of where they're at. And I used to be in this circle as well. I won't lie. I was a hypocrite when I first started out my spiritual journey because I thought I knew it all. And this is where the spiritual ego gets into the way. And if you haven't watched one of my videos about the spiritual ego, I'll leave it up. I'll leave it at the end of this video, so stay tuned to the very end. But and yeah, since I recognized like, whoa, there's a such thing as a spiritual ego, I started to realize how a lot of people are still being directed by the spiritual ego coming into spirituality and giving false teachings, giving impure intentions, meaning just wanting people for their money, just not really caring about them, just guessing games. And I really can't stand people who are psychics and just guess. Like, I had to realize the other day how on point my intuition was, that it was like, it's not that I call myself a psychic because I want to be. It's just like, it's something that's been given to me. And that's the thing. A lot of people who come into spirituality, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with getting into spirituality. I love it. I love when people fall in love with crystals, fall in love with the beauty of the scents of the herbs, of getting back into what our ancestors once used before technology has taken everything over. I love that. But the thing is that people are believing that spirituality is only about giving love and giving light, and not recognizing there is a darker aspect that we have to awaken to, that is a part of the journey as well. And what I mean by religion intertwining with that perfectionism viewpoint is because a lot of people who are in religion are putting on this facade, but behind the surface they're doing some very demonic fucking shit, or just very injustice things. And people who are getting into spirituality, a lot of people are waking up to inauthentic gurus, teachers within spirituality. And this is causing people to start looking at spirituality as fake or just like religion. But I want to clear the air with that through this video. It's because there's a lot of people like me who have pure intentions, who know why they're on this journey, who know why they have these certain gifts, and they're trying their best to use it in the purest intentions without abusing their power, like the majority of people in religion do, or majority of people who do have power. You know, a lot of people who choose to walk this sacred journey choose to be so conscious of the wrongdoings that they can bring to the world and how karma works. And those are the people who are the ones who are going to change this world, are the ones who are really going to be teaching the ways of spirituality, which is of love. And fake spirituality is from egoism, selfishness. I was this way. I was a hypocrite, not walking my talk, doing unjust things, being manipulative, narcissistic at that. And the thing is, you know, we could be very, very unconscious of this part of ourselves to the point we think we're so intelligent, but sometimes our intelligence could really twist our way of being into only being ruled off of fulfilling one's own needs rather than doing what you're meant to be doing, is being of service. Hence, spirituality is not only filling one's needs, but being of service and understanding the abundance within self to give that abundance in return to the universe and to everyone and everything around us. So, to understand the difference and to have discernment, because the reason why I'm sharing this video with you is because I want you to have discernment with who you're learning from, who you're getting your teachings, your knowledge from. Because there's a lot of fucking cults being created now out there that's being broadly open. There's a lot of false teachings. There's a lot of, I would never forget, I didn't realize I almost was like mind tricked into a cult. I would never fucking forget that. And now I'm starting to realize, even with my own experiences, how people have been so inauthentic when it comes to spirituality. Because I would never forget, as I started to awaken to my own spiritual ego, I would never forget all the ego deaths I was having at that point, and how much I was surrendering and changing and seeing my wrongdoings and seeing how fake I've been. I realized that after I started to transition out of that and transmute out that energy and make my intentions pure, I had a lot of people from my past, or a lot of people just come up to me like, you're fake, this is false, this is not real, why are you treating people this way, why are you being like this? It's like people have a connotation that people who are in spirituality should be perfect, or should be kind, or should be a certain way. But that's not how it is. Real spirituality requires a person to be conscious of one's own responsibility of self, but being conscious of the world around them and recognizing what is beneficial for both parties, not just self. And sometimes that requires putting people in their place, and sometimes that requires, you know, choosing thyself, or choosing what is good for that person at that moment when you feel guided to. But people in fake spirituality, it's only about what can I take and how I can manipulate you into believing in me so I can get what I want from you. And it's a crazy mind fuck thing, because like I said, the spiritual ego is very fucking intelligent, and this is why we have to learn shadow work to understand the ways of our own shadow and how it can twist our triggers and twist our coping mechanisms into thinking that they're good for us, or into thinking that we're protecting ourselves when really they're causing resistance, or they're causing more blockages within ourselves, or self-sabotage and stuff like that. So, you know, real spirituality is you recognizing, you know, your importance but the importance of everything else. Whereas fake spirituality is about, I'm going to seduce you into believing what I say to you that you need. But deep down, my intentions are to see, what is your wounds that I can trigger into my own benefit? And I've realized that a lot of people in the spiritual community nowadays who are inauthentic will be like, I would love to give you a reading. I feel like you would need a reading. A real reader would never message someone saying that they need a reading. That's just invasive. And on top of that, that's just you thinking that there's something wrong with the person. So you think you know what's better for them. That's fake spirituality. Real spirituality is someone who knows their power, someone who knows their worth, and knows the benefit of why they exist. And therefore, they know that things that come to them, people, places, things, are either to teach them, or either to assist them, or for them to maybe be of assistance to that very thing, person, place, or thing. So it's very important to have discernment between the two so you can understand, because when we're awakening to this new era, when we gain our sovereignty, we have to take responsibility of our awareness of what we're focusing on and what we're tolerating and what are we allowing in our energy. So therefore, we have to be very discerning on what is serving our hearts rather than serving our minds, because the ego is of the mind, but the heart is of the spirit. So it's very, very important to know what you're learning from, who you're learning from, because this is teaching you how to gain your sovereignty. And sometimes people are only teaching how to tear you down or to judge you or to label you. Like most people in spirituality, like, oh, that's very ego, that's very low vibrational. I only hang out with high vibe people. You don't hang out with high vibe people? I could tell you don't do your shadow work if you say you only hang out with high vibe people. Because if you hang out only high vibe people, then that means that when you get triggered by someone you call low vibrational, you bypass your shadow work. You bypass your own internal dialogue, your own internal blockages that limit you from opening up your heart. So it's like, it's important to know what is serving your heart and your highest good rather than serving the ego, which is of perfectionism, which is of greed, which is of need, of validation, approval, being seen, and all of that, which most people would just want to do spirituality because it's a niche or something like that. This is a lifestyle, you guys. This is a fucking lifestyle, man. I have to be honest with you. Me being on this journey, it's a fucking lifestyle for me, man. I wake up, I breathe this, I eat spirituality. It's something I can't run away from because I am meant to be on this journey. So everything I shared with you today is not for you to look at people who are teaching like I am and judge them or try to break them down and see if they're good or bad. No. The whole point is that for you to open up your hearts enough to have the discernment to see, is this person really serving my highest good? Or do they need something from me that's going to serve them? It's very important to understand this, because I love how it's interesting how this is coming up. Like the devil, like most people in religion like to say, disguise themselves. Our ego likes to disguise itself. So it's important to be aware of your shadow. And the way you commune with your shadow, talk with your shadow every day. Why your triggers show up, why you get mad, why you judge, why you get jealous, why you do this, why you do things that you call low vibrational. Why do you do them? And therefore, through doing that inner work and being able to have self-awareness, you'll be able to have awareness of other people and seeing, are they being authentic or are they being inauthentic? Because this is going to teach you a lot about yourself and what you allow into your energy, into your frequency, that makes you attract what you attract. So it's good to know this so you know what is best for you. because majority of us are just living on this journey wanting things to work out in our favor and get what we want from things, people, places, and things. But we're missing the point of the journey is to learn about self, to give that to self, and see how you can give that way of love that you have taught to give to yourself to the world. You're here as a gift and a miracle, to be a gift and a miracle to the world. Don't be selfish with it. And a lot of people in the spiritual community who have been exposed have only been doing this out of selfishness. So I share all this with you today is for you to recognize that spirituality is here to teach you how to find a connection with the Creator. And people who are abusing this power to make you believe that you need them in order to get connected to the Creator that created you, that is a false prophet. I just have to be honest. So other than that, you guys, I just wanted to share that, my pure intention with you. In order for you to gain your sovereignty and your power, you have to have discernment of what is serving your heart rather than your ego. So other than that, you guys, I don't know why, like, that was so hard for me to say. I was like, my throat was dry, but it needed to be set. It needed to be set. But other than that, you guys, I really hope this helped in any way. And if you want me to dive into, like, little characteristics to understand the difference between inauthentic spiritualist and a real spiritualist, then write in the comment section below what characteristics that you want me to display, or if you want me to do another video on the type of characteristics that you need to be aware of. But in doing so, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that notification button. And I really hope this brought you a lot of clarity. But other than that, you guys, I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.